Welcome back to the Barry Charles Footy Show. Yes, indeed, we're here for another particular of a video here as we discuss the best wingers and the fullbacks from your club. And if you put them all together in one team, who would win, the wing or the fullback? And whoever gets through will make it through to next week's semi-final to take on another team. Yes, indeed. If you like this video, remember to subscribe and smash the like button because you're the greatest supporter of rugby league out here. Let's have a look at who would play fullback for both the wing and fullback. So in 2023, Ruben Garrick gets the fullback spot for the wingers because he's probably one of the most likely to play fullback out of these wingers. And he would be taking on Ryan Papenhuyzen, and people will be saying he's not the best fullback. Well, I'd argue he is the best fullback at his best, and if he keep playing consistently, he could prove that. But because he keeps getting injured, he doesn't get the opportunity. But in terms of what the fullback roles people could play, Papenhuyzen is the best fullback for this position because a lot of these other players can play in other positions. And for me, Ryan Papenhuyzen wins all day here. Now, if we look at the wingers, so on one side we have Xavier Coates and Alex Johnson are the wingers. Doesn't mean they're the best wingers in the comp, but people would argue they probably are. So you put them on the wing, and they're taking on Fido and Xavier Savage. And to be honest, Xavier Savage made the team, but only because he could play wing compared to the bench. That's basically why he got through. But to be fair, the wingers just carve up. Pretty simple. Xavier Coates and Alex Johnson won that round, clear cut. It's a bit tougher here in the centre pairing. It's very, very, very good. You got Ronald Militano and Mike Acevo taking on Tommy Trbojevic and Chance Nickel-Clockstack. So yes, obviously Tommy Turbo is the best out of this lot. So the competition here was one each because Mike Acevo would cover up Chance Nickel-Clockstack. We'll just run over him. Let's have a look. This is where it got hard for got pretty much dim and grim here. The wing. Now the wingers, can they continue on this run of leading the competition as we go into the halves? So the halves here, we've got Jordan Rapana and Joseph Sully. I had to figure out who could play the halves pairing, so I just saw Jordan Rapana could just run it hard, and so Joseph Sully he will be able to do the kicking game and stuff for me. So that's why I put them in their position, taking on Reece Walsh and Kalen Ponga, the razzle-dazzle of fullbacks. And then to be fair, I was struggling to find a player that could play a Cooper Comp type role with the kicking ability, so that's why I ended up with Kalen Ponga and Reece Walsh. But to be fair, those two would just come up every day of the week. Now let's look at the props. Ravawala and Brian Toho. Very good props, don't get me wrong, very good. But they got to take on Latrell Mitchell and James Tedesco. And even though I could see them playing good, Ravawala and Brian Toho, the smartness of Mitchell and Tedesco would carve out here. Number 9, so I was really stretching, especially in the wings, to pick a person to go to dummy half, but I've gone for Addo Carr because I just think he could just start out in dummy half and have a run. And we could probably put Brian Toho there as well, but unfortunately Addo Carr is going to get carved up by Scott Drinkwater because Scott Drinkwater has a bit more smarts to his game. Although you could argue Addo Carr has more pace, but that's just the way it is. Going into the second row, can the wingers get themselves back in the comp here with Salon Cobbo and Kyle Felt? Some people would say yes, Salon Cobbo, but I just think Jaden Campbell will be a freak at second row if he had to go there. And Clint Gutherson, I think just his tenacity, they would carve up as well. And this was a little bit tougher. Dominic Young, our lock, versus Dylan Edwards, and Dominic Young would be a good runner of them, but I just think Dylan Edwards would have a bit more smarts. Which makes, basically, without even going to this, the fullbacks have already won. They just absolutely carved it. Which you probably expect, to be fair, to the wingers. But on the wing, David Nofaluma versus Will Kennedy. Well, I've given it to David Nofaluma. Dallin Watini-Walaziak beats Dane Laurie. Edric Leaf versus Tyrell Sloan, but I think Tyrell Sloan has a bit more upside, so I'm going to pick him. And Philip Sammy versus Jacob Carrez. To me, Jacob Carrez is the gunman in the future of rugby league. Yes, so that's the wing and fullbacks of this competition. Do you agree and disagree with what I thought? Do we see where different positions they could have played? Let's have a look here for me. I think you could have. I was looking at trying to decide where to put players in the team. So yes, you could have put Marcus Seaver as a prop, no doubt about it. You could have maybe had put Brian Tahoe as a running number 6 or at hooker. I mean, there's so many different combinations you clearly could have gone with there. If we look at the fullbacks, well, to be honest, it was a struggle for some of the fullbacks. I mean, we've got superstar fullbacks. About 10 of them are the best of the best, but then after that it just drops away a bit. Yeah, to be fair, heaps of people could have played any position of the fullbacks. It was a harder one to predict out of those. But anyway, that's enough of this video. I don't have much more to talk about there, but the fullbacks carved up this round and they will be making it through to the next round. Remember to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button, and we'll be back for the next video here at Barry Charles Footy Show.